Welcome back, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down my biggest concern about the Kansas City Chiefs heading into the 2024 NFL season. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Chiefs Kingdom, we are so close to the start of the 2024 NFL season. The Chiefs have one preseason game remaining. They play the Chicago Bears this Thursday at Arrowhead Stadium. And then the following week, the Chiefs play the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday night to kick off the NFL season in the NFL home opener. So football is about a week and a couple days away from officially being back, and I could not be more excited. I mean, I've been waiting for Chiefs football to return ever since they beat the 49ers in Vegas. And so we literally have just about a week and change until the Chiefs play again. And that is such an exciting thing because the Chiefs are trying to do something that no other NFL team has ever done, and that's three-peat. Many teams have tried and many teams have failed, but the Chiefs could be the first team in NFL history to win 3 straight Super Bowls. And that's an exciting thing. But with all this excitement and buzz around the NFL season also brings the nerves. There's a lot of things that, quite frankly, terrify me about this Chiefs team. And while I'm not necessarily scared about anybody on the Chiefs' schedule or really scared about, any of the players not living up to expectations or performing, my biggest concern is something that the Chiefs really can't do anything to stop, and that's injuries. Over the past couple seasons, the Chiefs have gotten incredibly lucky. I mean, it is hard to win championships in the NFL. And one of the things that has to happen in order for things to go right is your team is going to have to be healthy. The Chiefs have been relatively healthy over the past couple seasons. Charles Omenihu getting injured in the AFC Championship game and missing out on the Super Bowl was really the only major injury any Chiefs player has really suffered in route of a Super Bowl. I can't think of anybody that really got derailed or couldn't play when it actually mattered during the Chiefs' Super Bowl runs. There's just nobody that sticks out. Maybe there is somebody that I'm just forgetting. You guys can let that name down in the comments below if you think of one. But the Chiefs have been relatively healthy throughout all of their playoff runs. I mean, maybe somebody might mention Frank Clark, but Frank Clark even played in the playoffs. He might not have been great, but, the Chiefs have always had health on their side. And I think that in a large sense is credible to the Chiefs training staff. They're really good about having their guys prepped and ready to go, and the treatment facility. I know the NFL rankings came out, and Rick Burkholter, the Chiefs head athletic trainer, and his staff didn't get the highest rating, but the Chiefs have one of the better training staffs in the NFL. Their guys are healthy and on the field when they need to be, barring an ACL tear. But that's why this is so terrifying to me, because early on in 2024, we've already got some injuries to talk about. I mean, Justin Reed had an injury with his lower leg. Nick Bolton, Chris Jones. We just had I think it was Najee Johnson. I can't remember if it was Jalen Watson, the cornerback. He's suffering with a knee injury as well. So the Chiefs are already having, especially along the defensive side, some pretty key injuries. And actually, Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo said that it was concerning and frustrating. So clearly the coaching staff is already dealing with these injuries, and we're not even one game into the season. At the same time, I could make the argument that players getting hurt early in the season could be due to, lack of conditioning, and they're getting back into football shape, and so those smaller injuries happen. But at the same time, if guys are getting banged up in early August, how do you think their body is going to react in December or January? Or in the Chiefs' case, they're playing football in February. So if that's happening, you're going to expect maybe a couple guys to go down. And listen, injuries are part of football. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Chiefs are going to be 100% healthy going into a Super Bowl. That's just not going to happen. Football, the great ones are great at playing when they actually are injured. But I'm worried about season-ending injuries. I'm worried about guys missing large stretches of the regular season and even into the postseason because they tweak something in, week 4 or 5 or even later on in the season in week 10 or 11, and they miss time. And again, this could be this could be kind of a bad video to make because a lot of people and a lot of teams are focused on things like, their run defense or their defensive back group. I'm worried about injuries. I'm not going to hide that from you guys, but a lot of teams are worried about injuries. It's just part of football, but I truly believe that the only thing the Chiefs have to worry about is injuries, because if the Chiefs play their football, if the Chiefs go out there with Andy Reid as head coach and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on this offense, they have shown over the past 2 seasons that if they are healthy, they will win the Super Bowl. And it's not as easy as that, but if the Chiefs are healthy and don't have any major injury concerns, they have the offense, they have the defense. They've gotten better offensively, bringing in guys like Hollywood Brown, who, guess what? He got injured in the preseason. And Xavier Worthy, who's had hamstring issues, but, he's been playing and looking good in the preseason. So the Chiefs have improved offensively, retained everybody defensively except for L'Jarius Sneed. And so, again, my only concern is that can the guys you brought into play be on the field and play? If you have that with the coaching staff the Chiefs currently have, there is no doubt in my mind that they are the hardest team to beat in the NFL. In my opinion, the only team that can beat the Chiefs are the Chiefs themselves. Because over the past couple seasons, for an opposing team to beat the Chiefs, a lot has to go in their favor. And the biggest thing is the Chiefs have to play incredibly poorly. I'm talking about turning the ball over. I'm talking about throwing interceptions. All of that stuff has to go wrong, including special teams mistakes. And all of that can still go wrong, and the Chiefs can still win. I mean, it is unbelievable how impossibly hard it is to beat this Chiefs team, especially when it matters most. So, yeah, in my opinion, the only thing the Chiefs really have to worry about, it's not the run defense, it's not the defensive backs, it's their health status. If the Chiefs are fully healthy, or fully healthy as in, their guys are playing and they're not completely banged up, the Chiefs will be fine. Because football, it's a game of attrition. It's who can be on the field when it really matters. And the Chiefs have been better at that than any other team in the NFL over the past couple seasons. And listen, injuries happen, like I said, so maybe somebody does get hurt. But the important thing is if somebody gets hurt, it better be somebody like a Mike Pennell or a Derek Nottie. You cannot sustain a major injury to a Patrick Mahomes or a Chris Jones and expect to be okay in the postseason. You're going to have those guys playing at their best when it truly matters. But guys, I mean, this is the spot that we are in as Chiefs fans. We don't have concern about the offense necessarily, and granted, we haven't seen them play football, so maybe some more concerns will build on top of those as the season goes on. But right now, in training camp and in the preseason, my only concern is their health. We've already seen some injuries, like I said, in the preseason and in training camp. Justin Reed, Nick Bolton, even Chris Jones is working his way back to being fully healthy. They've had injuries in their defensive back room, and offensively, Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy had some hamstring issues. So health, to me, is the biggest focal point of the offseason. Can you get your guys healthy going into the season, and can you sustain that health? People might get banged up, and I expect that. It's just important that none of these guys suffer, season-ending injuries that really take this team out of a chance of winning 3 Super Bowls. That's really my biggest concern. So at the end of the day, my biggest concern for the Chiefs is injury. Injury concerns are a big concern for many teams, but in my opinion, they're the only thing that is stopping this Chiefs team from winning a 3rd consecutive Super Bowl. But let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think. What is the biggest concern for this Chiefs team? I would love to hear what you guys think, because some of you might think that the defensive backs are going to be a big problem. Some of you might think that the offense might still have an issue catching the ball. But in my opinion, the biggest thing the Chiefs are going to have to be careful about is injury concern. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Chiefs fans can find this video. Go check me out on social media Instagram, KC_Sports Report, and Twitter at KC Sports Report. Go check me out on the Bleacher Report mobile app, Michael_Darcy. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video, and go Chiefs.